Good afternoon and a very warm welcome to Dublin. As Francesca has indicated, it is very unfortunate that we cannot gather physically for this 6th Power of the Word conference. But I hope it will be possible to welcome you on a future occasion. The power of the Word reverberates in this city, in Dublin's literary museums and galleries, in its festivals, and in the streets, shops, and, yes, pubs, immortalised by James Joyce, Patrick Kavanagh, William Butler Yeats, and so many others. I speak to you today from one such location, the Henry Jones Room of the Old Library at Trinity College Dublin. I'm the director of the Loyola Institute, an institute of theology within the Catholic tradition. Our concern at Loyola and within the School of Religion here in Trinity is to explore the many different ways in which men and women, past and present, have experienced the insistent call of the sacred and how they have responded by acts and lives of self-transcendence. A conversation, therefore, between theology, philosophy, and literary art, which is as old as Plato and yet is as vibrant and important as ever. This ancient conversation continues today with the Call of Literature Conference. We begin by focusing upon a wonderful artifice of eternity, the Word of God, which is also a miraculously fashioned work of literary art. My colleague Anne-Marie Diffley has been introducing visitors to the Book of Kells for over 20 years, and I hand over to her now.
Good afternoon. I'm delighted to be able to bring delegates of the Power of the Word conference on a virtual tour of the Book of Kells and the Old Library at Trinity College Dublin. A fitting venue to start the conference, bringing the Word and literature together. It is often said that the Book of Kells, this 9th century manuscript of the 4 Gospels, is the start of Ireland's literary heritage. And indeed, this rich literary heritage is reflected in the library's archival, literary, and early printed books collections. Dublin is also a UNESCO City of Literature, with many authors being Trinity alumni, including Jonathan Swift, Bram Stoker, Oscar Wilde, John Millington Synge, and Samuel Beckett, and more recently, Sally Rooney, Anne Enright, and indeed Eileen Ní Chuilleanáin and Micheál O'Shiel, who are actually speaking at the conference, just to name a few. In the treasury, where the Book of Kells is on view on the wall, is a quote from the Argentinian poet Jorge Luis Borges. I've always imagined that paradise is a kind of library, and walking in the footsteps of these literary heroes through the magnificent 18th century long room filled with 200,000 of the library's oldest books, which you're going to see shortly, you can imagine what he said is true. Together with my colleagues from the Loyola Institute, Trinity College Dublin, I want to wish you a very successful conference, and I do hope you enjoy the tour.